Hello, my fellow Latex Warriors, coming back at you with another 7 Deadly Sins of Grand Cross video. Hope you're having a good day, and today I'm going to be doing a 2020 version of a coin shop guide for this game. So for any beginners out there, or even like intermediate players, even possibly veterans that need help, or like guidance with what they should do in the coin shop, you don't have to look any further because I'm going to be here to help you. And without further ado, let's go ahead and continue. So first two units right here, you see Green Merlin and Red Zelda. I'm going to go ahead and break them down real quick. So let's go to Green Merlin. I got her. She's an exceptional unit. Really good sub-unit because of her passive. And if you don't know her passive, it gives one additional ult gauge at the start of battle. So instead of starting with 0, you'll start with 1. But if you go second, you start with 2. That's how she works. And also, she has the barrier. As you can see, it's really good as well because it negates damage. Of course, you got the ult takeaway. She has a single target ult. It's pretty good. Sometimes you really want to have her like basically max dupe level if you want to one-shot something, because she tends not to one-shot stuff, but overall she's really good. And then you move on to Red Zeldris, another phenomenal unit. This is his ult takeaway card. This is his recovery ceiling card, and then his ult single target like Blue Zeldris. And then here's his oh yeah, his passive is 6%. I think it's 6% basic stats per commandment on the field, including allies and enemies. So that can stack a lot if you're running like a full commandment team. And then of course his commandment, his commandment. That's his passive. His commandment. Whenever you move a card, it takes away 1 ult gauge. And that institutes both sides. But if I had to choose personally for who you would buy first as a beginner, I would probably go Green Merlin first, because not only is she cheaper right here, I feel like overall you would probably get more use out of her. Red Zeldris is still a really... If you love Zeldris, go ahead. That's not a bad choice either. And these are on discount, by the way. I recommend new players buy on discount, but if you want to buy them when they're not on discount, you can, but you're going to drain your coins a lot faster than normal. But first off, I would probably buy Green Merlin first. Then you got the festival dupes right here. Don't worry about those. That's more for like a whale thing, or if you get really lucky and then all that, but just ignore that for now. That doesn't really matter. Then you got Green Esterosa. He's a really good unit. We'll go ahead and go to him real quick. So, thing about him, I forgot exactly how his passive works, but I know his commandment, it lowers the enemies and your attack by 20% for 3 turns. It can be really annoying. That's why people don't really like using him, because his commandment can be pretty bad. But the really good thing about him is his counter and his ult, because his ult is like a counter as well, but it does damage to all enemies. And then his counter draws in the attention of all attacks, and he deals a ton of damage back. And then on this card, it's just a single target, but it can do a lot of damage. Would I recommend you buy him? I mean, he's not a bad purchase at all, but I would probably recommend you wait for him to go on discount, because 10 coins can be quite a bit, so I would probably wait. But he definitely is a good buy. Red Gallon, no, just no. Red Molescula, no. Green Derriere, no. Green Monspeet, no. Blue Fraudrin, he's a fun unit because of his reflection, but you don't really want him. That's more of like a end game kind of thing, or like if you're like, just trust me, you don't really need him. Red Glocks, not a terrible unit because of the cleanse and the card. Let me show you guys Red Glocks, because Red Glocks is worth showing. Those other guys were not worth showing. You got the cleanse and the heal, and then you got the AoE that can seal level 2s and above, which is actually pretty solid. And then you got the ult. The ult can't hit really, but the thing about Red Glocks, just not really prevalent as much anymore. But if you're a really big Glocks fan, I guess, but I would wait on discount. Red Zeldris, again, don't need to worry about that. Blue Droll is actually pretty good, but I wouldn't really recommend buying for a newer player because Droll's more of like a PvP unit and you gotta have him built to like really use him to the fullest. on his team and stuff. So I would wait on him, but he's a good unit. These cosmetics, no. Do not buy pendants or tickets. That's literally a waste. Because we get so many tickets and stuff for free, and with pendants as well. There's no point. Unless you're like some huge whale, and you got like all these guys 6'6", and you need pendants for stuff. Like, I mean, go ahead, but otherwise I wouldn't. Red Escanor, 100% worth to buy if you don't have him. Even when he's 7, he would probably be worth the coins, but if you can wait till 5, I would do it. Exceptionally, let me go ahead and show him off. He's exceptional. So he's got his single target, which hits really hard. You got the AoE that can take away ult gauge, and then you got his ult that's just like pure damage. And then his passive, he starts with 50% boost to HP related stats for 3 turns, so he's like really tanky. And overall, he's an amazing unit. I will buy him. He's really good still. Of course, we got the one Escanor out, but Red Escanor is still not a bad option if you don't get the one Escanor. Blue King, still a very good unit. He's got his single target card that can petrify, and then he's got his cleanse and heal card, and then his AoE ult, and then his passive, he gives 8% basic stats to fairies, I believe. Overall, a really good unit still. He would be worth the buy, but if you can wait till a discount, I would. Green Bond is terrible. His Snatch is really bad because it can easily be shut down. And yeah, that's all you really need to say about him. Red Gother is still god tier. Even though we have Green Gother now, Red Gother is still really good. You got the AoE card that has the attack seal. You got the rank up card unique to him. You can rank up cards, and then on level 3 you get 20% to basic stats. Yeah, basic stats. And then you got the AoE ult, which can take away ult gauge. And then his passive, for each turn he isn't hit, he gives 10% basic stats, and it can stack up to 5 times. It's not really the greatest because, like, most of the times you're going to get hit, so his passive is pretty fodder in most instances, but his overall kit is, like, god tier. Blue Diane is, she's not bad, but you're not really going to be using her much, unless you get her for free, so you don't really need to buy her from here. Red Demon Meliodas, he's a Crimson Slayer. Like, he's really good at killing Crimson, but I think there's better options you can get because I'll show him off real quick just to show you guys. Let me find him real quick. So let's see. You got his debuff card right here. This puts ignites on the unit, which is pretty good. And then this is explosion damage, I think, or explode damage. And then you got the single target ult, which can hit pretty hard. Yeah, the thing about him, and I think when an ally dies, he gets like 50% crit chance or something like that. I might be wrong about that, but he's solid, but he's definitely not your first priority. And then Green Merlin, we already talked about her. So now we're going on to the gold coin shop. Gold coin shop, this is pretty self-explanatory. Either A, you're going to be buying dupes for your typical SSRs up here on discount. You can buy SR or SSR pendants are actually a pretty good choice. Books, there's not... you don't really need to buy books, as book farming's pretty easy, especially now with the new update. Chalices, no, you can farm those easily. These chests, no. Enhancing stones, you don't really need to, because when the Diane salvage event's around, for anybody that doesn't know, you can just go to Diane and salvage gear. Make sure you +1 it or +5 it if it's SSR gear. If it's SR gear, you can just sell it or salvage it to her right away. And those are actually pretty easy to get, and these gold, no, don't do that. But for what dupes to buy for what unit specifically, I can break that down. Blue Hendrickson, hell no. Red Arthur, he's worth getting 6/6. Elaine, no. Red Gil Thunder, no. Hauser, it depends. He's still pretty good, but you might not... I mean, as a beginner, you would probably find more use out of him, but like with the units that we have now, like Sariel and stuff, he kind of fell off the mono-red farming team. Green Grimoire, no. Blue Slater, only if you're going to commit to him for Red Demon, I would get him 6/6, but otherwise, no. Red Gila, no. Green Jericho, yeah, she's actually a pretty solid 6/6 because her ult can hit really hard, and if you build her on a proper crit team and stuff, she can still do damage. We already talked about Blue Hendrickson, Red Arthur, and Elaine. Blue Hendrickson, no. Green Elaine, no. And Red Arthur, yes. Silver coins, this is the easiest explanation that I ever have to do. You're going to be buying, like, stamina. You're going to be buying these right here, like, 99% of the time. There's no reason to buy anything else. And unless you want Gustav, because he's a coin shop exclusive, then buy one of him. Or if you want to get him 6/6 eventually, then yes. But otherwise, don't buy anything else in there. It's literally pointless. Friend point shop. You don't really need to buy R dupes because R dupes are so easy to pull and it's so easy to get them 6/6. Buying R pendants is not a bad idea if you want to get R pendants quicker. Books, you don't need to do that. PvP stamina is not a bad choice either. Stamina pots is a really good choice. I would probably say out of all these, the eyes are probably the best choice because with the revamp of Fort Solgris, the drops are so much better. It's way easier to get really good loot from there now. So that would probably be the top priority, but PvP stamina pots, and R pendants aren't a bad choice either. And without further ado, that's my coin shop guide. I could have missed some things, but I'm pretty sure I hit everything on the nail. I know for some units I didn't fully break them down, but there's no really need to. I'll put the 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross database in the description down below for people that need it, so you can look up the units that I explained, and you can look at them for yourself. If you think you need more clarity, or if you need a deciding factor, I'll put that in the description. And that'll be all for this guide. I hope you all enjoyed. My fellow Latex Warriors, make sure not to pull the outfit too tight, otherwise the outfit might fight. This is Latex God, signing out.